Hey guys! Today's video is somewhere I haven't taken you before. It's a thrift store that the proceeds go to like fostering dogs and I think some kind of shelter. It was my first time being there. And I did show you that brass parrot. It was $30, but I thought it was so cool. And then there was, I think, a brass apple, and I did purchase the brass apple. The store was cool. It was almost like an antique store feeling, like how it was set up. Now this I looked at, it kind of looked like maybe a McCoy vase or something. But they had a lot of stuff in there. They had a lot of stuff that was like mid-century and older and some antiques. So that was really cool to see. I didn't know what I was going to walk into. It was kind of just like a nondescript building. I just thought it was going to be junk piled up, but it was really nice. And then this is a candle snuffer that was made out of some kind of silver metal. I just, if it was brass, I would have picked it up. And my daughter, before I left, she said, "Can you bring me back some rainbow yarn?" So I picked this one up. It wasn't rainbow, but it was multicolored. And she was happy to get the yarn. So this place is only open on Saturdays, and they take cash or Venmo, which I discovered when I got there. And I didn't have cash on me. My cash is always gone because I go to a lot of places that just take cash. And then these kind of look like, oh gosh, what is that called? Wedgwood? But I don't think it was Wedgwood. It was like a plastic material. And then this teapot was so big and pretty. It had a nice form. But if it was copper, I would have picked it up. But since it wasn't copper, I left it. I've sold a few copper teapots. I've sold one on eBay, sold one on Etsy. They're not like a huge sell, but they do sell like around $30, $35, depending on your teapot. I flipped this bell over. It was handmade pottery. Brass bells sell good on Etsy. I sold a couple of them. Here's all the milk glass and white glass. It was pretty nicely organized in there. I appreciated that. And this was a whole end cap of owls. I did pick up something owl for fall here, so that is upcoming in this video. I didn't really dig through their pictures too much, but they did have some smaller art. And then some colored glass, and this was a little toy section. Stuffed animals, dolls, games. I did check out some of their Barbie dolls that they had. They were in these bags here. They looked like they were from the 90s and 80s. I've sold Barbie dolls on eBay before. They seem to always sell, but unless you have a really special one, they don't seem to sell too high. But if you had like a few random dolls, you could always just lot them together and just sell them as a set. Now that art was kind of interesting there. It looked mid-century. That was like a brass lady art piece. I wasn't sure if those are something to pick up or not. I passed on them. I did pick up some stuff to test the water today, and then I did pick up that and I did buy that, and I gave it to my mom. She has a really cool Barbie house, and part of the house has a really nice nursery, and that would be really cute in there, so I did buy that. And it wasn't priced, but the lady did sell it for maybe $2. Now this phone I actually almost bought. I think these phones are really cool. I've never sold one, but I think they would sell the rotary style. It was priced at $10, which I actually thought was probably a good price. So I might do some research on it later, and if I come back and it's there, I'll pick it up if it's worth reselling. I think the rotary phones are so cool. I would love to go in a home that decorates or uses that kind of phone. That would be cool. That little toothbrush and soap dish were cute in the pink. Now, these are bookends. The sticker says they're solid mahogany. They're obviously horses. I picked them up because bookends are a great sell on eBay. And I did like those. Horses are good. Just the solid wood's great. Everything about them was great. Their form was okay. They weren't super detailed horses, but that's still cool. Now here's their mugs. This one I'm almost sure is an anthropology mug with an A on it. I have one of those mugs with a J on it that I just got for myself and keep. I got it at a thrift store. If you hear my daughter or my husband in the background, if you know, you know. Sometimes you cannot get away from your family, so I hope you enjoy hearing little happy background noises from little kids. Now over here they had some brass items. This was a brass wall sconce for $5, a horn style candle holder. I thought the sticker said $1, but when I went to buy it, the lady said it was $4. I probably would have passed on it if I realized it was $4, but once I was already up there, I just bought it. Over here is some art. I did look at this piece. It looked like it was an original piece of art. I didn't see a signature. It could have been signed under the matting, and it was $8. I decided to pass on that, although I do look for original art. That one just wasn't as appealing to me. And then I saw this pig, and I Google imaged him later. I wanted to try to figure out like where he was made, but I couldn't find any information. Definitely a hand painted pig. And I really liked how whimsical he was. I think in whatever space he goes in, like a kind of fun, colorful space or a very proper kind of space, he would bring that personality and fun to the space. So I did like that pig a lot. Hand painted animals I just love. And I did check out this figurine. I could tell it was a Cinderella. Certain Disney items and figurines resell well, but it had a Taiwan sticker on it, so I just decided to pass on it. I didn't really think it was probably special. And this hamper was just amazing quality. It had a very thick, solid wood cover, and that was the maker there. It was woven. It was so pretty. If I needed a hamper, I would have definitely bought that for myself. Now here is a brass planner. It said $5 on it, but there ended up being another sticker on it on the other side that said $8. So when I bought it, the lady said that she was just going to meet in the middle and sell it, I think, for $6 or $7. So yeah, that was fine. It was just a little weird, but it was okay. Yeah, there was a lot of junk in there. I didn't know if some of it was trash or what, but I just put everything in that other basket. I didn't know if they needed it. And it did have the original sticker at the bottom there. And I do show some comps on these items later, so stay tuned. I saw these geese sticking out of this basket, and I knew what it was. I've seen these before. This is a Holland mold piece, and sometimes they're painted. People maybe put little eyeballs and details on the geese. I like it when they're unpainted. And I did go the trouble of listing it, photographing it, and paying Etsy for the listing fee, and then I decided to keep it. But I do show where I put it, so stay tuned. That's coming up. Here was where the blue and white china. This set said made in England. This is definitely the nicer blue and white type of china. So that's cool. I don't collect it myself, but a lot of people do. Now, I did notice this. I don't know what it is, but maybe a pedestal dish or bowl with what? I'm doing a voiceover, baby. Mama. I really did consider purchasing this. I just thought someone on Etsy would really like it. It was a really good size, and the style I can see being appealing to people. It is that more ornate style. But it was $10, and I was a little nervous to pick it up to test the water at that price. And even though I love its size being bigger, that does make it more difficult to ship. So that's why I passed on that. These next two items I look at are butter molds. On the back, it has their information on them, where they were made. I like that they had little hooks that you could hang them on the wall, and I also like their small size and that they were blue and white. I thought all of those things would be something someone would look for. People like small items to hang on walls. Those would especially look really cute in the kitchen. And they were $2 for the set, so I decided to pick them up. They might be a slower sell, but I like them. Now, these kind of surprised me that they were Hallmark. They were like a daisy colored plate. There was a yellow and blue one. And up here, I'm just showing the lamps. These lamps were cute, the brass with that white glass. I didn't end up picking them up, but I like the size of them. I like little small lamps like that. Over here, they had some larger furniture pieces. Some more dishware, some large mirrors. Over here, I'm showing the old books. Some of them were really pretty. I didn't end up picking any up, but they were nice to see. Home, and I got a little haul of the things that I picked up. I rinsed this off really quickly. It had so much grime on it. I'm gonna call it concentric geese. I'm gonna probably stage it with a plant inside and show it kind of like a holder for a planter, but this is definitely multi-use. Then this also I picked up. It had a sticker for $8 and a sticker for $5. When I originally looked at it, I only saw the $5 sticker, so she sold it to me for $6, I think. It really needs clean. It's really dirty inside of here. And it was originally sold at somewhere called, does that say Homes? For $40. It was once marked at $55. This is a good size for a potted tree if you wanted to put it in a brass planter in your home. But you could use it however you need. You could put stuff in it and use it as a trash can or however you want to use it. It has lions holding rings in the wall. That's pretty cool. I have another planter I still need to list on Etsy.
I actually thought this planner was bigger, but now they look like they're kind of a similar size. Yeah, I think they're like exactly the same size. So the shipping is probably going to be kind of high on both of these just because they're big. This one feels a little heavier than this one. And then I got this apple, and I did clean it a little bit, and when I cleaned it I realized it was personalized, which I wouldn't have picked up if I had realized that. It has like someone's name on it in the school they were at. I guess now that I have it, I'm still gonna have to list it, but I'm gonna drop the price down a lot because it's personalized. I mean, when you display it, you could just put it the other way around. So someone might really like to get this item for a lower price and just display it that way. This I kind of wanted to put back. Some of the stuff I wanted to put back, but I don't know, when I was checking out, the lady was like, I'll just give you a price at the end and then take like a few dollars off, and then I kind of forgot about putting it back. But this didn't have a price. I think she gave it to me for $5 or $6. It's like a wind chime, and wind chimes have been selling. I haven't picked up a ceramic one yet, but with it being owls and fall and winter coming around, I think this is really cute. Someone might like it. It was made in Graham, Washington, and it says shapes of clay made with Mount St. Helens ash, and it's signed by Stan. So that's really nice. It's in like almost new condition, really. And then it has probably the information here. And then I also picked up these bookends. I had to ask my husband like what this was called because it looks like that horse on a chess set, and I think he said it was a knight. Bookends are a great seller. People always need them. So I picked those up. These were $6. I'm not sure if they charged me $6 for both or $6 individually, but my total ended up being over $40 for everything, which surprised me a little bit, so I'm wondering how I got to that total. And then I picked this up. It's signed Avatar Pottery, made in USA. It's dated 1999. It's irises. It's in pretty good shape. Right here looks like that's probably a chip. Let's see. But I was impressed. This was in pretty good shape. Oh, I see a chip right there. That's definitely a chip. Little baby chips. But that it's in pretty good shape. This kind of stuff always chips up. Definitely for spring, this would be so pretty. I have like a sentimental attachment to irises, so I like that. I just thought we'll test the water and try that on Etsy. Moving up here, I just have some stuff. I got this candle holder. It's a brass horn. I thought the sticker said $1 on it, but she said it was $4. So if I had seen that it was $4 before I got to the register, I would have just passed on it, but these are nice for Christmas. People like to decorate with these horns, especially if you have a few of them. But just picking up one is fine. Someone might just need one more for their collection. And I am listing Christmas stuff currently, so that was perfect. So I picked that one up. And then this little piggy, I'm not sure who makes it or what it is, but it was just really cute. And I like picking up animals, and I like the flowers on it, so I'm not sure his value. I didn't look at the value of anything. I just kind of picked stuff up and went with it. Now this little guy was $5, and I didn't realize at the time his ear was chipped off. And I'm not sure if I bought him that way or if when I was bringing him home it chipped. He does have a little chip right there, but I might have left him if I had noticed his ear was chipped. But he's a spaghetti poodle. I'm a little scared a spaghetti poodle might be a slower sell, but I don't know. We're gonna try him. We picked him up. And then also, I was just kind of testing the waters also with these butter molds. They were $2 for the set. They were blue and white, which was nice. They have a hook, which is nice. And so I got those. People like to decorate with blue and white, and this would look nice in a kitchen hanging up. So yeah, I got those too.
So right here are the comps. This is a listing of the same poodle. It doesn't look like it has as much damage as mine, and it's listed for $89.95. I couldn't find a sold comp where I would have put that up there. So that's another indicator it might be a slower sell, but this is my listing photo of it. I priced it a lot under what that other listing was priced at just because mine had damage. These are the bookends, and they turned out pretty nice in the listing photo. And the brass apple, the little piggy. I kind of want to keep the pig, but I'm going to let him go. And then the pretty horn, I put a green candle in. Now these are the planters here. I do put a listing comp up. I think I listed these for $98, and I listed them both for the same price. Here is a comp on the one that has the lion head. People are listing them for around 100, or this one's even listing it for 200. And I did find a sold comp on Etsy. This one sold for $74.28. So I listed mine kind of in the middle of those two. And then here's the owl and the iris.
Well, welcome to my bathroom. I did list that planter on my Etsy, but I decided I think I want to keep it. This is my bathroom. We're currently working on it. I have some pictures in here. I have to get some frames I have to get some pictures for, but yeah, this is our bathroom so far. And yeah, I have like the gold and the brass in here just to kind of show you what it looks like. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking maybe this could go in here. And what I had on here before, this is the toilet, was I just had that little brass apple light, and I had these books here. So I don't know if it looks better just kind of more simple like this, how it was before, or actually I kind of think I do like the planter better. So yeah, I think I'll have the planter on there, obviously just on that green book. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. I also thought maybe I'd put it in my dining room, but we need to put some trim on here. So if you see that's undone, that's why. But I like the white against the green. It makes it kind of stand out nicely. But yeah, so I think I might keep it in here. I also thought I could, move it around and have it in my dining room because my dining room's green too. So we'll have to see. Okay, let's see it in the dining room. So this is my dining room, kind of where I thought of putting it. I have this buffet in here. I have just some decor items. This little bookshelf is listed on my Etsy if you're interested. I have it out in my dining room right now just because I think it's cute. I'm going to enjoy it a little bit before it sells. So it's there. But I thought maybe if I switch the bookshelf out, because someone will hopefully buy it eventually, then I could maybe put the goose planter there. Let's try that. So stepping back, that's the goose planter there. It looks fine there, but it doesn't really pop too much. So I think I'm gonna put it back in the dining room. But I think this would be nice for spring and maybe summer. We're coming in the fall now, so I've been trying to incorporate more fall decor, but I think I'm gonna put that back in the bathroom. I could put a little plant in there. What's kind of nice about this is right here, it's open on either side, so I would like to put a plant that cascades a little bit. I have an asparagus fern that does that, and it's like a pine needle-y thing. I'll show you it. Here's my collection of ceramics and stuff, but yeah, I have this. That's an asparagus fern that would look pretty in there. I have a really big one growing on my patio, and I can just divide it out and put it in the planter. Or I'll have some of these that I could do a trimming of and propagate and put in there. So either of these, I forget what this is called. What is this called? I know it. Pothos, I think. Pothos plant. Yeah, either of those would be pretty in there. Look, I just wanted to show it with some small scale books in there because that's pretty cute too.
Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.